HarperCollins Children's Books presents Far to Go by Noel Streatfeild, read by Lucy Scott. Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace, Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for a living, and the child that is born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe, and good and gay. Chapter 1. Far to Go. Every day when she arrived at the theatre, Margaret would feel a sort of blown-up feeling inside because she was so happy. To other people, there might not seem much about the theatre to make her happy, for it was only a tent. It had started life, many years before, with a little family circus who had grandly called it the Big Top. That circus had done well, so the owner had bought a bigger tent and had advertised for a buyer for his old one. The advertisement had been seen by Mr. Fortescue, actor-manager of the Fortescue Comedy Company, who acted in what was called a fit-up theatre. That is to say, they put up a stage and curtains and acted in any building which could be rented where they could find an audience. It was the proudest moment in Mr. Fortescue's life when in 1895 he had bought the big tent and had had Fortescue Comedy Company painted on it. Margaret could not go to the theatre until the afternoons, for she had to attend the local school. She did not mind, for she loved school, not just for the lessons, but because she was special there. Not that she needed to be told she was special, for she had always known that she was. Who else had been found in a basket when they were a baby with 3 of everything, all of the very best quality? Who else had a card sent with her which said, "This is Margaret Thursday, whom I entrust to your care"? Who else had received 52 golden sovereigns each year for her keep? Margaret knew it was not because of this romantic start to her life that the children admired her. It was because they had seen her act to little Lord Fauntleroy, and they thought she was wonderful. Oddly enough, that part of Margaret who was proud of herself did not care if she was admired as an actress or not. Acting was a different thing altogether. It was something that came to you when you stepped on the stage, that made you forget everything except the part you were acting, that made you believe what you were saying and turned all the other actors into the people they were meant to be. So she never, when on the stage, saw them as the tawdry, seedy, bad actors, atrociously dressed, that they really were. At the back of the theatre, in a small tent, Mrs. Sarah Beamish spent her days. She was a wonderfully good needlewoman, and so was in charge of the wardrobe, though she played character parts or walked on when needed. Sarah had taken Margaret under her wing when she had joined the company 4 months before, and, in innumerable ways, had not only seen after her, but, when necessary, fought for her welfare. It was Sarah Beamish who saw she attended school. Her fat little figure had waddled into Ida Fortescue's, the leading lady and manageress, dressing tent a few nights after little Lord Fauntleroy had become part of the repertory. Ida was taking off her makeup and did not want to be interrupted. "Well, young Margaret should go to school starting Monday," said Sarah. The question of sending Margaret to school had been discussed by the Fortescues, and they had decided against it. In the company there was an actress so short she was almost a dwarf, who had played children when they were needed. She had no talent, so the Fortescues had decided, as soon as the summer was over, to dismiss her and give the parts to Margaret, which would mean she would be needed for morning rehearsals. Now what was Sarah Beamish sticking her nose in for? However, Sarah was too valuable in the wardrobe to be treated rudely. Ida spoke as though her tongue had been carved with cream. "Do you not think that a long roll every night is enough for her? She is only just 11. Sarah was not fooled by a creamy voice. "No, I do not. I think she should have proper schooling like any ordinary child. Besides, it's the law. Very strict they say they are now about children's schooling." This was a brave statement from Sarah, who had not the faintest idea about school and the law. When she had grown up, some children were still working in the cotton mills. She had herself for a year when her father had been out of work through an injury. But times were changing fast, and now, with the coming of a new century, life was much easier for children. Even girls going into service in private.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?